Oh, hey, everybody, we're live.
We are live, Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast, coming to you live tonight on the Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast channel. I am Austin Pez Howell, your host for all the shenanigans here this evening, and I've got my fellow Lonely Marks here with me as always. Richie Goodacre, how's it going, Richie?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a while, but
as you can tell from my costume change. Oh wait, I'm still wearing my Back to the Future 3 shirt. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
We're like the fucking foreign version.
It's a Japanese.
All right.
Japanese Back to the Future 3 poster. Yeah, sure.
I don't know if you saw one of my 12 comments that you ignored, but I've seen it once.
Well, if you threw them in before the last 30 seconds of the show, maybe we'd feature them. But yeah,
I was there for the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, right.
So. Did someone say 3
Oh shit, Rosie and Jamal.
Yeah.
Fun concept, but boy, did I feel bad when they did it to D'Lo and Sean Stasiak. I'm like, they're on your roster. Don't admit that they suck or are boring.
But yeah, good to be here talking wrestling news, talking another pay-per-view. We've got another one, and then next week,
and another one, and another one. Oh my god, yeah, it's gonna be a lot going, especially next week. Oh my god, next week's gonna be a loaded show. We'll talk about it. But JPO, we got a lot to talk about. So you're definitely here to help us out with that. How's it going, buddy? How are you?
There's shows next week? I don't know what you're talking about.
There's something going on next week. We'll talk about it.
Some sort of GCW. They run a lot, right?
Yeah.
We are in that season, baby. So yeah, things are shaping up. Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's get into the things. We'll start off, of course, as we always do, with a quick update of fantasy scores. You guys had all great weeks all around. Richie, you had a fantastic week. Good Raw, decent SmackDown. JPO had a good SmackDown with the main event, Sami Zayn title defense, a good Raw. Ronda had a hell of a time. And boy, did I have my worst week of 2026 so far. All I got was a lousy Lyra Valkyria losing tag team match on SmackDown. That's all I had. I did the absolute worst. I had 5 points.
Losing his mind. And I'm reaping the benefits.
Yes, you sure are, because I had a full-on 5 points on the week. 5 points, a big 5 points. So I went from 750 to 755 for the entire week. I guess all my people were just waiting for Mania, is what I'm guessing. So I'll be banking on Mania to hopefully gain some ground. But Richie, you had a good one as well. You were still in third place, but you're 855, so you're at least doing 100 points better than me from fourth to third. So you're still way higher than me. Ronda in 925. Ronda's now the one you got to worry about, JPO. She's at 925, doing quite well. She had a good week. But you are still in first place with 950, so you're still 25 points ahead of her on this final week of Mania. But it's not that much. Yeah, like I said, final week before Mania. So we got last group of shows here.
If she wins, are you still going to be like, here's an Amazon card, baby?
Why not? So, I mean, that would be easy to do. I'd just be like, hey, what do you want off Amazon? Okay, I'll just buy it right now. That's fine. So no problem there. But yeah, anything can happen.
Want this Godzilla piggy bank? If that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. For you, definitely not for me. That's definitely for you. Formality's sake. I don't have any, roster swaps to use. I just got to wait and hope I get one out of Mania. Richie, you have one available if you'd like to use so, but that is up to you.
No, I'm going to sit pretty for now.
All right, sound good. Ronda does not have any as well. JPO, you are still sitting good with 3, but again, you are still sitting in first place, and you've had some pretty steady work on your roster. So I don't imagine you're wanting to, but always got to open it up for you.
If you want to see Richie sit pretty, find his mom's YouTube channel. It's a delight, Richie. It's a delight. 2 a.m. Me, Chris, Cass, and Tato stumbled upon it, and we had a ball.
Oh boy!
We were searching Jake Tato, and somehow that came up. I don't even know why it came up in my feed, but I was like, "Hey, we're go."
Yeah. So.
In the rain and washes my hair.
You still got it. You still got
All right, so that'd be a no on your roster. Cool, sounds good. All right, moving on.
I'm sorry, I got very distracted.
Okay. That's all right. So I think that's no. You're in first place. You're doing good. You don't have any injury bugs. I think you're set. So, all right. So we'll save yours for the rest of the year. All right. So moving on to actual news. I don't know. What do we want to start with? Do we want to start with this Pat McAfee nonsense? Do we want to start with this breaking news today about Carlos Silva and pulling TNA talents off of shows? JPO, what do you want to start with? What do we want to do? The storyline stuff or the
I'm
real
behind
stuff?
on the Carlos thing. So I mean, if you want to go there, go there. I don't even know that one yet.
This is a kind of a breaking thing that I think mostly happened kind of today. Carlos Silva, the guy who kind of runs TNA right now.
Right, yeah. He shoehorns himself in every title change like he's Triple H.
Does he?
Who are you? Get off my TV.
Yeah.
Always, yeah. You're not even a wrestler. I don't care about you.
So this is kind of this is definitely affecting stuff, especially for WrestleMania weekend, as you know, all these indie shows are getting ready for WrestleMania weekend in Vegas. He has begun to start pulling TNA talent off of shows where they are working AEW talent out of nowhere. We talked a little bit about this. One of the bigger matches for like WrestleCon this year was going to be Ricochet versus Leon Slater. We're scheduled to main event that show. Now no longer Leon Slater facing Ricochet at that show. He has been pulled from that. Even a bigger front of a promotion, I believe, in New York called Creative Pro was gearing up in May. MJF and Nick Nemeth is now not happening anymore.
That's you know whose promotion that is? It's Brian Myers, Kurt Hawkins' promotion.
Myers, So
MJF was trained by Brian Myers.
Yeah, he's a creative president. Yeah.
So apparently they are both still on the show, but Nick Nemeth is no longer working MJF on the show. He is now working somebody else. So and then MJF is Barrett Bronson, and so he's going to work, and then MJF.
Oh, I bet you MJF's going to cut a promo on Nemeth.
Oh, he already did. So he already kind of did on Twitter. So he has already responded on social media. Let me see if I can find the actual tweet because listen,
apparently for context, apparently like Carlos was upset that Collision went head to head with TNA. And so he's responding,
which wasn't even an AEW decision. It was an HBO Warner decision because they wanted Collision. They wanted Collision to follow the March Madness basketball game to get the lead in. So they had it air. They had it air on Thursday instead of Saturday, to follow that. So that wasn't even like a Tony Khan decision, which is so stupid.
I believe that. That sounds stretched, but that's weird. This is a weird situation because I'm gonna make a weird comparison here. I saw a video earlier about Linda Blair. Hold on, this is gonna make sense, I swear. Okay. And it was about how it was a vlogger who was vlogging and she walked behind and had like her security guard tell them, hey, delete that footage, she's on your footage. And then that vlogger talked about it, and then now Linda Blair looks even worse because of that. So guess what, TNA, you look worse now rather than having your guys wrestle those matches. So this is a weird decision I feel for them to make. They should have known this could just make them look weak. I guess the thing I was originally thinking was maybe it was just because they were gonna lose. Nemeth definitely was gonna lose. MJF's not gonna drop the AEW title to Nemeth randomly. But I'm guessing probably even Ricochet was probably going to lose. So maybe, Slater was probably going to lose then. I don't know. That would be the only thing that maybe makes sense.
Also, sort of another wrinkle to it is that MJF was meant to wrestle in GCW. He was meant to wrestle Bear Bronson, and they pulled that.
So MJF. Well, sorry, I was just going to say what MJF actually said in response real quick, and then I'll go to you guys, I promise. So MJF went ahead of even a busted open comment where he called Silva a, quote, actively a dumb motherfucker, and noted that TNA pays its talent shit while simultaneously cutting off their independent income. So so he took that very personally, and then he expanded to say he called in apparently to Busted Open and talked a little bit more more about it very briefly. He said, let's talk about TNA and the fact they're pulling young talent off shows when they're barely paying them any money whatsoever and telling them, quote, hey, you can't wrestle because there's a guy from another promotion that wrestles on this show. Does that help young talent grow? Does that help young talent become better inside the squared circle? Moreover, does that help young talent put food on their plate and food on the table so they can eat? What Carlos Silva is doing is disgusting, and if anybody supports him or that company at this point, it's very hard for me to wrap my head around. So, is he maybe playing heel a little bit? Maybe, but at the same time, it's not wrong. When TNA had no problem before this letting people work indie dates in between, their tapings and whatnot.
Well, yeah, because TNA is not a full-time job right now. Right. It's just simply not. You know what I mean? I don't know how true the shitty pay is, although I bet you it's not great at the very least. And yeah, I was gonna say I would definitely also argue for a Bear Bronson, for instance, right? Fighting MJF would have done nothing but help TNA and Bear Bronson. That's not going to hurt TNA. Like, even if he loses, like, who gives a shit? Like, that's just a coup for him. And now that's not happening,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He even hashtagged it lol TNA, which is a very but I thought it was quite fun. Yeah, because but also people speculate I think Sean Ross Sapp tried to get in a comment from Cal Silva. He said it was due to second party commitments. Something. So it was like what so am I supposed to believe WWE would have a problem with TNA talent working against AEW people? I don't. Would it explain that? Would they be? I know WWE are petty, but would they be that? Was that in their agreement that they wouldn't wrestle AEW wrestlers? I know
Nemeth talked on Busted Open about how he didn't know if that was in some kind of fine print, but he didn't think so. He thought that it was pretty much as long as it didn't conflict with any dates or anything. Yeah, it wasn't a problem. Him going off on random indies and working whoever wasn't really an issue. And so now they're wondering, is it something where WWE is strong on them or something? Is it another petty thing with WWE and AEW since TNA is kind of under the thumb of WWE now? What's going on with this? But at the same time, it's weird because WWE has had no problem letting some of their talent work indie shows. I mean, we still like the Bloodsport thing, right? There's been the last couple of years WWE talent working Bloodsport on WrestleMania weekend and even a couple other shows. So
they're not blocking them completely. It's just a specific
specific AEW, but
guys, or don't fight the NXT guys rather.
Right. It just seems like a weird situation because it's not like you wouldn't be promoting, TNA talent while seeing them on an indie show work a great match and then saying, hey, if you want to see more of this guy, go watch TNA. It's not that hard to do, to use that to promote your own talent. At the same time, cutting off these guys from making what would have been a probably pretty solid payday for all those types of shows and those matches, but also whether if you pull them off the show completely, you're also taking away their opportunity to sell autographs, to sell merchandise, to sell whatever they're going to sell at the show, independent of that as well. So it's a shitty situation. It really is.
Either way, it makes Carlos Silva look bad because he would have at least approved it initially. It's hey, I'm not doing. I don't know. I am.
That's my number one foresight thing is this definitely makes you look way worse than if just let these matches happen. You know what I mean? Nobody would have we would have not been hey man, you see Nemeth, what a piece of shit losing MJF. I hate TNA. No, but now I'm TNA's been kind of shitty. And you're you did way worse than what you would have done otherwise.
Yeah, no, you made more of a big deal. And most casual fans wouldn't even know that match was even really happening to a degree, unless you're really into indie wrestling, I think, or if you really follow either of those guys on social media, most people wouldn't even see the match, most likely. It'd just be whoever kind of follows those promotions, or if you happen to see, if it aired on Triller TV or whatever, JPO, if they aired that show, the Creative Pro show, on Triller, if you happen to watch it, which I imagine they probably will.
I'm going to watch I'm still going to watch the WrestleCon one, so we'll see who Ricochet or Slater fights.
Yeah, I think I heard that it was pulled, and then I heard a conflicting thing that it wasn't pulled yet, but I'd imagine that would qualify as something under what Carlos is doing, right? Leon Slater.
I mean, and that's a pretty big NXT guy. You know what I mean? That's
what
even,
I mean. Yeah.
At the moment, kind of bigger than even Nemeth, arguably. So.
That's what I mean. Even a guy who's been on mainstream WWE television, even on SmackDown and pay-per-views and whatnot. So, it's a big deal. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. What happens if they go back on it? Maybe because of the backlash. Maybe we'll be hearing something differently by this time next week. So, just wanted to kind of address that very quickly. Probably the biggest storyline thing of the week is oh boy, this mystery caller was finally revealed on SmackDown for Randy Orton. And it's Pat McAfee? What? Huh? Boy, did the Cody Rhodes thing feel like a fucking shoot right after that. And apparently it was, kind of like an impromptu thing. There's been reports that have come out since then that TKO, specifically Ari Emanuel, kind of shoehorned this Pat McAfee into the actual storyline when it wasn't needed, because if Ari Emanuel is actually also the talent relation manager, the agent of Pat McAfee, who's trying to get him into movies and TV shows as well, and trying to get him more on that.
Quote, he wants Pat McAfee to be the next Sylvester Stallone.
This next Sylvester Stallone, which I don't see Pat McAfee being the next Rambo. Yeah, get out of here.
No, he could be the next Rob Schneider and Judge Dredd 2, maybe, but what?
Remember, this reminds me of do you remember back in the 90s, maybe the late 80s, where they tried to make remember Brian Bosworth? Was it Brian Bosworth?
Yeah, the Boz. Yeah, the football player. The Boz. He did a movie called Stone Cold, oddly enough. A movie called Stone Cold. Yeah.
And maybe I don't know much about the Boz, but McAfee is also, I feel much more like a charismatic, funny guy. I don't see him being randomly Stallone. You know what I mean? I really do see him as like the co-buddy, the buddy, maybe.
Well, and he's supposed to be. He's already filmed apparently something like a 4-episode arc of Tulsa King, ironically enough, the Stallone show. So he's going to be on there. So we'll see how he does as an actor.
Good show, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to be a sidekick, I'm fine with that. But I don't see him being the lead in a movie or a TV show. As of right now, a funny sidekick. Funny kind of comedic guy, maybe a little serious here and there. I don't see it. But anyways, getting back to the storyline, he comes out, says he's gonna now save wrestling with Randy Orton, from Cody Rhodes. When Cody Rhodes saved us from John Cena, this whole thing makes no sense.
That Attitude Era wrestler Randy Orton, that Attitude.
Yeah, the guy who was all over the Attitude Era. What?
He was a ruthless aggression era wrestler. And then he said he wanted to, it was just, and he was just admitting that the WrestleMania tickets are selling shit. It felt very WCW when you admit there's issues with your product. That's okay. I don't know why you would mention that, but Randy Orton will turn this around. I'm like, okay, but it doesn't match up with what he said on the phone, because he was talking. He sounded like he was talking to a second or third generation person, and then I get what you're surprised for being surprised, but you got to have some little nuggets in there to make it make sense a little bit. But this is just it felt like they had someone else in mind at one point in TKO. But what Pat McAfee gonna do? I want Pat McAfee on the show.
There is this guy named Kevin Owens who has a relationship with Randy Orton that would make sense and can still cut promos even though he's hurt. You know what I mean? Wouldn't have to physically get involved.
Now I'm mad. I didn't think about that, because I was actually not defended, but make a weird stance in a second.
No, Kevin Owens would have made perfect sense if he was the guy on the phone to then come in and be in Randy Orton's corner and help him out, because again, he can cut promos. He's great on the mic without getting physically involved. He doesn't have to, and that would work. Hell, I saw a whole list of people online that would have made more sense than Pat McAfee. Stephanie McMahon showing up on Raw would have made more sense as the person on the phone. Shane McMahon would have made more sense as the person on the phone. Anybody, there's a whole list of people that would have made more sense than Pat McAfee. Anybody, damn near anybody at this point, really would have made more sense than an announcer who's never been a heel before ever. So that's weird.
He was briefly. He had a match with Adam Cole where he was kind of heel, but
sure.
It was. Yeah, he was definitely a heel then. But no not anyone would have watched that. But
but the problem is, Brian, I'm not holding out for The Rock anymore. Fuck that guy. He should have shown up last year, and he didn't show up last year. So if he shows up this year but didn't show up last year when it made more sense for him to show up in the corner of John Cena, that's stupid. I'm not doing any of this shit where I'm holding out more for The Rock. Like, oh, what if The Rock shows up? What? I don't give a shit anymore. Like if he shows up,
that bridge is not holding my breath. You know what I mean? Where I'd be like, yeah, or you're gonna dip again. We're gonna appear. You know what I mean? So yeah, even if I saw him, I'd still be like a little skeptical.
Yeah, go and do your movies where you're wearing fake wigs, doing Moana. I don't know.
Let's not be that mean to Dwayne. I like him so.
I don't care. You broke my heart. I'm allowed to be.
But no, that's what I mean. Like, there's bad blood that were like it when it made the most sense for him to be at WrestleMania was last year when it made perfect sense to back up the John Cena heel turn. You know, even just an appearance as a distraction or something, standing on the ramp, he didn't have to get physically involved. You know, would have made sense. You know, to oversee the John Cena title win. And yeah, if he shows up this year but didn't show up last year, it's going to be almost like a slap in the face. You know, for anything that's come before, because you have a Cody and Randy story that doesn't need Pat McAfee. It doesn't need anybody else.
Cody literally said that.
Yeah, like it doesn't need anybody. Like Cody and Randy have an extensive history together that writes itself. It does not need like extra people involved, to make it cook. Like they already have the history.
Yeah, that was my first answer. Like I was sold relatively enough. Just give me like good promos and like what I mean, maybe like some assaults. Like I was already. This doesn't sell my ticket or my viewing experience. I don't think it sells many more tickets. Oh, Pat McAfee's involved now. Well, now I'm in. Like I don't know anyone saying that.
No, not a single person's buying their ticket because Pat McAfee is now going to show up. At WrestleMania. Oh, Pat shows up. Okay, I'm in now. Let me shell out that $500 for a WrestleMania ticket now. Okay, Pat's going to be there.
I don't know if this means anything, but I I did read like before I got in that they know the blowback from it, and they're retooling things.
I read that too. Believe it when I see it, kind of thing.
Well, and apparently Pat McAfee is already teasing a major surprise for this Friday's SmackDown. So maybe some kind of retooling of like, just kidding. Just kidding. I wasn't the actual guy. Yeah, like maybe they're already retooling.
Wait a minute.
Like now.
Pat McAfee is the Mandarin, Ben Kingsley. He's not really the Mandarin.
Yeah, he's not actually the guy.
You'll never see it coming.
I literally just read that like it's an hour ago on the Figure 4 page. It says Pat McAfee and says he'll announce a quote massive surprise on SmackDown. So maybe they're already like retconning this for something else. It's very possible. Very possible.
Cole. Yeah, him and Michael Cole are a heel team now. No. But we should probably talk about Cody Rhodes' response because that was going fine. So he comes out like impromptu, gives a crossroads to Kit Wilson. Poor Kit Wilson. I like Kit Wilson though. And then he just cuts us like, you tell he's legit pissed off. He's just like, we all got dressed up to hear what Randy, who Randy would be on the phone to, and it's Pat McAfee. That'd be like if the third man in the NWO ended up being Disco Inferno. Catching strays. He hates
catching strays, and then he went off on him and Russo's show, just like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, fuck you, Cody. But you know what? It's a funny line, and it's fucking true. So sorry. It is true. But poor guy. Catch strays out of that.
Here's my quick statement on the whole McAfee thing too. By the way, I feel like I'm just an abused girlfriend where I'm just like, I'm used to this by now. Like, we had Travis Scott and we've got ISO Speed and, the Rock thing never got paid off. So I'm almost just like, all right, I mean, at least Pat McAfee kind of likes wrestling. It could be worse, guys. Like, I'm like an abused girlfriend.
You're a jilted lover.
Once, you know what I mean? Yeah, I made dinner wrong. I'm sorry. So, I don't know. I literally took it like, all right,
you're like maybe it's our fault. Maybe we brought this on ourselves. I don't know.
It's more. We didn't pay all those high ticket prices. It's really our fault, guys.
Yeah.
It sort of ties into like CM Punk kind of shootish promo on Raw, and he mentioned he full out blast.
He starts with Pat.
Yeah,
and he called him like Pat McAfee, and and told TKO to lower ticket prices, which apparently they are, but I'll believe it. I don't know. When I say lower, I don't know. Technically $2 off is lower. We'll see we'll see how much lower it is. But yeah, they're definitely. There's been internal frustration. It's been interesting to watch. That there's definitely like a power play going on, and I think that WWE are getting sick of because it does seem to be a pattern where TKO only really kind of puts their nose in the business when it comes to WrestleMania. They're like, okay, you got this plan coming out. Well, we want to go this way. That's like with the Cody, and Cody's been. I can understand why Cody's upset because he's kind of been involved in a
in both aspects, like when they tried to shoehorn the Rock into the Rock and Roman thing instead of Roman and Cody. To finish the story or whatever, and instead of shoehorning the Rock in there, 2 years ago. So no, he's been at like the forefront of a couple of these situations where he's been kind of pushed out, or his storyline or whatever has been tampered with directly.
So it's kind of set. So there's definitely been it's not been maybe not be as cozy behind the scenes there, but I don't know. Hopefully, I think. In a way that is probably a good if you sort of give them hey, don't fuck with us on public TV, they kind of got, you give them no choice but to go, okay, we'll take a step back a bit. We'll see what happens, but there's definitely, you can definitely tell there's internal frustration there. I know look, I understand people get upset with Triple H and all that stuff about creative and stuff, but I was never I always thought it was weird, because obviously the show and his booking in 2023, 2024, it was great, it was amazing, and what in my especially his creative skills or talents just went away in 2025 and this year. No, obviously TKO came more involved and it hampered him a bit. I'm not gonna say he doesn't deserve any of the blame, but I'm just saying I feel like people tend to want to go full blame on Triple H and say he's he's bad, where it's no, there's
we're past the years of there's not just one head honcho. We're past the years of let's blame Vince. Mm-hmm. It really kind of does boil down to him. We're past that. It's not just Triple H. Maybe he hasn't helped enough, or maybe some of the ideas are his ideas. But it's definitely not just him for sure.
Yeah, have you seen Black and Gold NXT? He was that was him in his element. He's great at this. But when you get, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters how much of a credit you have. You've got many other people in your ear, and so you see it with Vince. You've got other people in your ear. Sometimes things that you pitched or whatever don't come out the way you want it to, because you've got too many too many people and too many cooks in the kitchen, as it were.
Yeah. So we'll see how this plays out, if they retcon anything in this final week coming up before Mania. We'll see what happens with SmackDown and Raw, etc. So we'll see how it plays out. This couldn't have been the original plan. This is what I think as well. With all the reports coming out about Ari Emanuel possibly shoehorning this thing in there, I can't think that this was the plan that Triple H wanted on the road to WrestleMania, that it wouldn't have been something that made more sense on the phone. Owens, Shane McMahon, who the fuck about anybody really? But better than that. So we'll see what happens as we move forward. But speaking of SmackDown, a little bit of news on the SmackDown front as well. Royce Keys, aka formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs, finally going to make his TV debut finally. After what? I mean, you go to his cage match, JPO, and he said, dark match after dark match after dark match after dark match, damn near every week.
Oh, I didn't even know he was doing. Well, I guess because they're on TV. I didn't even know he was doing dark matches.
No, 100%. I know because I've been going to cage match to get my, the fantasy, the results every week, and almost everyone I've looked up, especially SmackDown, has been dark match, Royce Keys, dark match, dark match, dark match. Many weeks in a row. Yes. So he's been working and working in front of crowds, so just not on television. But they put out a video package for him, and apparently he will be making his kind of official. Yeah, that's at least good. Sure. I've been mad though because a couple times he's worked Axiom or Nathan Frazier or something, and I've been I can't get Fraxium on television.
No, he fought my machine gun. He's fought machine guns. Yeah,
Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, some of those guys. Yeah. So we'll see what he does. He's going to make officially on TV coming up on SmackDown. So we'll see how that goes. First appearance since Royal Rumble. So we'll see how that rolls. Jericho back on TV. I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit. As just Jericho. Yeah, there's no Chris Jericho. It's just Jericho. But in an interesting note, yeah,
he was just called Jericho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pick up on that. But he had a little back and forth with Ricochet in the ring, and interesting enough, the list of Jericho is back. He's brought back the list. So
remember, you like this? Remember?
Yeah, remember? Yeah. So I guess it's not copyrighted, so I guess technically he can use it. It was just a list of Jericho, yes, the first one to go on the list was Ricochet, of course. And I feel like if you're at least going to bring it back, he's one of the guys that you could do the reaction, kind of like the initial one with like Xavier Woods and like the New Day, when he first started bringing out the list of having the person like react to it, being put on, oh my god, what the fuck, just like freaking out in the ring. It was kind of a funny back and forth, but yeah, he peeled off the thing on the back of the clipboard that said AEW and just said Jericho, so it's like the official kind of list is back. So
I think they're at pay-per-view, right? I'm pretty sure they.
Yeah, they've added a pay-per-view match. Yeah, Ricochet versus Jericho. We'll talk about it. But it was funny. Rhonda had not seen this, and she was not familiar with the list of Jericho. So then I go to YouTube and I start showing her a compilation of like list of Jericho stuff, and she like hated it immediately. She's like, "Oh my god, I don't like this. She's like, this is annoying. You just made the list." And so what I did was I just kept playing clips and torturing her with different list moments.
And if you don't like it, then guess what, Rhonda?
Then you're on the list. Yeah. Rhonda, you don't like. Oh, you know what happens to people who don't like Chris Jericho's list? You know what happens? People who are not a fan of it when they see it for the first time.
You know what? You just made the list. Oh no!
Oh, here we go. There you
go. No, not her. No.
Yeah.
I love that he can get like any stupid thing over. It's fun.
Not anything. He's the master of trying. Well, learning tree. Razzle dazzle. No. He tries a lot of shit out, and sometimes it doesn't totally work. But I'm just saying that he's not the master or like 100.
Yeah,
he's not shooting 100.
Yeah, I'd rather have the list than the learning tree, though. I will say that I'd rather have him if he's gonna do anything. Bring it back, the hi guys. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing. So I'd rather have that if he's gonna do anything. So we'll see. I guess it's back. And he's working Ricochet. So what else we got? I don't know, Champion. What you got? That's kind of the big news of the week, I guess. I show Speed is officially on WrestleMania. We don't have Io Sky. We don't have Julia. We don't have Carmelo Hayes. But I show Speed has a match at WrestleMania.
Like, that's why I said like with Matt McAfee, I'm like, that's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
I should have to say, if you want, real quick, share my screen. Because I know we shared this in our group chat.
Yeah, we talked about this. This
announcement. Night 1, Night 2. Yeah, obviously we're not gonna do predictions right now or anything. But yeah, this is what's Night 1 looking like. If you have ESPN, you're gonna get Brock and Oba, and you're gonna get the crazy ladder match. That's kind of cool. And then the rest will be on, the rest of it on the ESPN Unlimited or whatever the hell it's called. And then Night 2 looking like this with you get the year unsanctioned match, and then supposedly the iShow Speed match is gonna start that night. This is Night 1 actually. I'm gonna show this first, but yeah, this is Night 1. Night 1 is going to start with the iShow Speed 6-man supposedly, and then the unsanctioned match, and the rest will be on the ESPN Plus Unlimited, whatever it's called. Yeah. And that is your supposed card right now. Still rumors, maybe one more Asuka Io, maybe, who knows. Plenty of people you could do. I'm guessing the Andre will probably be on SmackDown again if they do it. I don't know if they even mentioned it, but I would imagine they'll keep it going. So and this is your FIP champion twerking his nipples.
Well, yeah, you go ahead with your thing. You might mention it anyway.
Oh no, to throw in some. We got some title changes happening from the past week here. I'm not very familiar with him. I know I've seen his name in results, but over in New Japan, your new IWGP champion, a Gaijin White guy, Callum Newman. Callum Newman is your new IWGP champion. Shout out to Callum. He's risen pretty quickly. And then NXT had their Stand and Deliver event on YouTube, by the way, very free and easy to access here. We had Lola Vice winning the NXT Women's Championship. And unfortunately, JC Jane having an X-rated moment during the finale of that match as well. Which, by the way, stayed on. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but stayed on YouTube for a very long time, which I thought was really interesting. I was like, they still haven't taken this down. But yeah, poor JC Jane. Yeah, I always got to watch out for those outfits. And yeah, Tony D'Angelo, the Don, who Richie and no one believed in but me. And ha 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 ha.
No, I was always a fan. I was, you know.
I will pull up old episodes. I will pull up old episodes. And then, does anyone care about AEW spoilers for not for the pay per view, obviously, but just for a title?
I would only. I was going to ask you. You're the one who usually cares about spoilers. I
already looked it up. Whatever.
Yeah, well, you're going to talk about the trios titles, I'm assuming. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so the trios titles did change hands. The Dogs, your new David Finlay, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. They are your trio champions. So that second reign with Speedball, Kevin, and Mystico was very short. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like minor titles, so that's like a big deal.
I don't hate it. Yeah, no, I mean it is what it is. And the Dogs are a trio instead of Mystico and two others, kind of thing. So I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you should push the team. Mm-hmm. Hey, here's some interesting stuff. Sometimes being a prick doesn't pay off. Roberto Del Rio has been in jail since the 6th. I saw this. Facing somewhere from 3 to 8 years. Yeah. Oh, hell, this is wrestling news, man. Hell yeah, this is super interesting. Facing a possible 3 to 8 years if he is convicted of both mental and then also domestic violence. So. Yeah, this is a guy. He's not the first time charges like this have been kind of proposed. This is why WWE didn't want to touch him when they took over AAA. This is, he already had baggage like this, and to me, numbers don't lie. So if you think like, oh, maybe he was misunderstood, I feel like this kind of settles it. So yeah, whether or not he'll spend years in jail, but yeah, he's still being held still to this day. I don't think he's not home or anything. He's held in like detention or whatever.
Yeah, when it's like one thing and it's disputed, a he said she said kind of thing. Yeah. Like you can maybe be like, okay, well, what's the real story there? But when it's happening multiple times, there might be something to that. Yeah,
They turned Vikingo heel because he was getting such negative reactions because they didn't like that they took the title of Del Rio, and now that's like. I think they were more and more time they're validated in that is that
fun podcast. Cody Rhodes' new podcast was Triple H that just dropped recently here. I listened to most of it actually today while I was doing stuff. Pretty good podcast, fun conversation between the two. Triple H did drop kind of some news that yes, indeed, it does look like Bobby Roode is done. He had a neck injury. They're like, hey, I think he'd be a good agent, and Triple H said he's become a great agent. Michael Hayes is taking him under his wing. So if you're looking for a glorious return, it is unfortunately probably not going to happen. Sounds like Jey Uso. No, is it Jay? No, yeah, Jay. Jey Uso probably is dating Jada Parker. So just want to throw that out there. AEW return hopefully as soon of Kyle O'Reilly. It's been about 6 months since we've seen Kyle O'Reilly, so hopefully he'll be back on our televisions here. Some bad news. We still don't know if Nikki will make WrestleMania. It's still kind of touch and go as far as what the MRI and everything will say. So Nikki Bella got hurt a couple weeks ago, and it's still kind of iffy, but WWE hasn't changed the matches at all. Just in case she's hopefully good.
That ties in. That was what I was going to say because I think that's why they're holding off on the Asuka Io thing because I think if Nikki can't go, they were going to slide in the Kabuki Warriors into that match.
That's solid. Yeah, that's solid logic. I'll buy that for $1. I fucked up my order here. Nikki. Also Liv Morgan got a nice little bump too on Monday.
Roxanne, holy shit! That was.
Did you see that? Yeah, did you see that picture of the mouse she got on her head? Jesus, oh my god!
She is rocking a Looney Tunes anvil bump, baby. Yeah.
I saw that.
You mentioned Roy Skis. Shout out to Roy Skis. See him tomorrow on SmackDown. I was just double checking too. I went right to the WrestleCon Twitter, and yes, indeed, Ricochet versus Leon Slater is not happening. In fact, I even kind of like this quote just to kind of show you that this is kind of shitty. Their quote was, "Despite being previously cleared by all parties and respective management, Slater has been pulled from this match 1 week prior to our memorial event." So yeah, this also seems like not very good foresight too. Like if this was your decision, probably something it should have been done already. You know what I'm saying? Instead of 1 week.
So
I feel for promoters to get screwed over 1 week ahead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it feels like both those guys will still be on the show. They're just gonna have to like work different people or something, like to a degree. Yeah. But it still sucks that like
hard though.
That's what I mean. Like it was at the top of the card. It was probably going to be the main event. Like it was a big match. That's a big match. For that show. A cross promotional match. Like it's two guys that are very very well known at this point. And and if it sounds like even in that tweet, the promoters is just like, despite the fact that we made sure this was all copacetic.
Very passive aggressive.
Very passive aggressive. Now apparently we can't do this. So thanks a lot. Appreciate that. That sort of thing. Just like a big F you. Like thanks for screwing up our main event. We appreciate that.
And I feel bad too. As a booker promoter too. Like I feel bad. High spots and WrestleCon were innocent bystanders of getting screwed over. Like a beef that has nothing to do with them. I like Gil Kim also came out and said if this costs any TNA wrestlers bookings, TNA should pay them those booking fees. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I could honestly see even them being, because the way I'm reading their high spot statement, I wouldn't be surprised if they just didn't book Leon Slater and like, hey, we have nothing for you. We don't want to add another match. Because think about it, either A, they reshuffled the card, or B, they now have to pay for 2 more big talents.
Right.
Or they just pay for 1 more big talent, don't book Leon Slater. Like that might be their only choice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Leon's on the card at all.
Yeah, we read MJ's. I read MJ's comments at the beginning of the show, so go back and listen to that if you need to. Yeah, we read them for sure.
I'll run through these kind of quickly here, though. These are just kind of fun. American Gladiators coming out on April 17th, hosted by The Miz. As mentioned before, we have Camille, who will be known as Hurricane. Wardlow will be Fang. J-Rod, who's also an indie wrestler, is Supernova. Rick Boogs is Bull. Jesse Goddard's formerly of TNA is Steel. So look out for Hurricane, Fang, Supernova, Bull, Steel, and many more on American Gladiators coming out April 17th. And then just another quick note on Jericho here. It is supposedly a multi-year deal. So this is not like, he'll be done in 2027 or anything. 1 year from now. It sounds like this was a multi-year deal, anywhere from 3 to whatever. So, that's what I get.
All right. Richard, you got anything?
Yeah, a couple of things. Maybe the reason you haven't seen Private Party in a while, also because they haven't booked him. But Mark Quinn's injured again. Not going to be out for quite a while. Private Party can't catch a break.
I was gonna say I did see on either one of the recent episodes. Isaiah was calling out Moxley, and I was like, oh, why is Isaiah doing single stuff? But all right, that explains it.
They can't catch a break. Speaking of someone who looks like Carl Fletcher's being stripped of the TNT title because he's going to be injured for quite a while as well. He's feeling.
Thank you for that, because I didn't see the last Dynamite or anything, so I was wondering why a match was happening, but that explains that. Thank you.
Yeah, Kyle Fletcher's going to be out for a significant amount of time, and he probably had surgery. So that sucks. So that's why we're going to get, as you really get to your predictions, a vacant casino gauntlet match. So there you go. We'll talk about it.
So. This is cool. Mercedes Moné, no longer champion anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
she's lost her belts. She's so expect her to be in AEW soon. I reckon. She's her last belt, by the way, she didn't actually defend because I think it was a belt from she won it in a Singapore promotion. She for some reason she couldn't get there, and they weren't allowing her to defend on American soil, so she just vacated. She's got no belts now. So there you go. Conan O'Brien actually gave Danhausen a shout out recently. Just thought that was a cool note. Just gave him a shout out to hey, this guy put in the work, and it's kind of cool. And he also joked that because the character is sort of based on me, I deserve 10% of the revenue you get.
Danhausen already did his own video response saying, we won't give you 20%, but thank you. And Jordan Schlansky, You're cursed. If you're a Conan fan, you'll get that joke.
Yes. George Slansky.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do to curse that guy? I feel like Jordan could like curse Danhausen and it would actually be worse. That dude is not phased by anything. Like that dude is so cold to everything that it wouldn't do anything. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you don't know what we're talking about, y'all, yeah, go find some Conan Jordan Slansky.
It's a great.
He's a wine snob. Oh, he's a very pretentious sort of.
Yeah.
Lacad Tolino, who's a CMLL staple, has left CMLL, and she's jumping ship to AAA, and will sort of be part of the WWE umbrella. So first jumping ship. Lacad Tolino, she's really good if you look her up. Yeah, so I don't know. It's interesting. She might have got an offer from WWE there. So yeah, and I've just got. I'll get it up here. The best of the Super Juniors lineup got announced as well.
Cool.
Before I do that, remember last week I mentioned that there was Kroll, the wrestler Kroll from MLW was literally stabbed. Apparently, that was all fake. It didn't happen. And apparently, there was a whole thing where a fan did get beat up, and apparently it's caused GCW to lose that GCW who wasn't involved. But like apparently that venue now, which is a pretty well-known venue for that venue does not want to do wrestling, and so GCW. So so someone, I don't know, I guess if they staged, they made up this idea of a stabbing so they could jump this fan. I don't know what happened, but it was clearly some fucked up shit happened there, and there was no stabbing that took place. So
I know I remember even when you said that I'd heard those rumors, but nothing was ever confirmed. But yeah, so that's been because even Steven Richards did a whole thing about it. So weird unnecessary storytelling there, y'all. And I really feel bad for GCW and anyone else that was running that venue because I've been in those shoes where another company will fuck up our stuff because it's well, we're not that company, we're not shitty. I feel bad for GCW now losing an entire venue because somebody else wants to do some dumb shit.
And just the Super Juniors lineup here had to save somewhere, but you had Junior 2026 lineup, 2026 lineup.
I can pull it up if you can't get it.
I was going to say the same thing, but I was trying not to steal his mojo. But yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You got from TMDK, got Cozy Vegeta. You've got Master Watto. You've got I'm gonna butcher some of his name. Kazuki Tsushi. You got Robbie X for heels. You got Titan, Francisco Akira, Nick Wayne making a second appearance for AEW. Volante Jr. from CMLL. Jun Kasai from Freedoms. El Desperado. Kushida. Taji Ishimori. Yo is in. Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Sho. Robbie Eagles. Daisuke Sasaki. Jacob Austin Young. He's one of the young lions from New Japan. Hayo, and so I try to watch that tournament. It's always a fun tournament, and so I guess the notable thing is that Nick Wayne's in there for a second time, and he's hopefully does well. But that's pretty much my news.
Jun Kasai is the weirdest one in there. He's like a deathmatch guy, so that's the weirdest one.
Oh yeah,
out of all that.
I was just looking up Mania Week things. I'm pretty sure I just saw his face on a deathmatch poster, literally.
Yeah, he was on he was in early CZW deathmatch stuff, 2001, 2002.
I was gonna say I don't know if it's just because he's got the fucked up head that I was he looks older. So I could see him being around that long. because I'm more familiar with them more recently doing like GCW stuff.
Yeah.
Also GCW too. If anyone's interested, Jungle Express is back together. Marco Stunt has returned.
I saw that clip where he came out, and helped him out.
Good pop for Jack Perry. So Jack Perry will also be on one of the GCW Mania shows with Marco making his first match in a while against the former Fuego del Sol, who's been unmasked for a while.
Yeah.
JPO,
are you going to go up to Jacksonville anytime soon and watch him tape 32 matches in one afternoon? No.
I love Ring of Honor. Like I said, I think I've told you guys this before. Like my first Ring of Honor show, I chose over WrestleMania. That's how much I loved Ring of Honor at one point. And now I'm like, man, come to Fort Myers, I'll watch 32 matches then maybe, but probably not.
I literally counted. Yeah,
I was writing wrestling trivia, and I was like, "Oh, Ring of Honor results. Let me see if I can have like a name that'll jog a wrestling trivia question." And I'm just like scrolling. I'm like, "How long is this fucking card?"
I'm not like spoiling anything, but I was just counting the actual matches, how many they taped, and oh my god, 32 matches is exhausting. Like think of it. That's literally like, let's say your average card, even a long one, is what 8 matches, right? Like long one. That's like a decent size. It's like watching 4 shows in one afternoon. That's insane. That's exhausting.
And they're doing TV too, so like, you shouldn't have to overdo the. It could be 3 to 5 matches, but still, Tony Khan loves those like 6, 7, 8 match episodes that are run over an hour, but they're all such cold matches. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I said this on this show. Like, they did a YouTube special a few weeks ago. And I was like, oh, hook me in. Maybe I'll do the Honor Club. And it didn't hook me. I was like, cool, it wasn't bad, but like, didn't make me want, like, it didn't give me a story reason. Most of the champs weren't on the episode. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah. There's weird matches on this one. Like, hey, I won't spoil any results.
I mean, honestly, unless Richie says no, go for it. And if anyone fans listening,
I'm just saying there's odd matches.
Go for it.
Takeshita defeats Daddy Magic. What?
Okay,
that's interesting. You got what was the other one I saw? It was where is it? That was a weird one. Was it EO? No, Nick Wayne, ROH Television channel. Nick Wayne defeats Evil Uno randomly. Okay. Josh Woods over Beef in a Pure Rules match.
Wayne and Evil Uno is not too weird, just because that is where Evil Uno and that whole coop's been by the way for like 3 years.
It wouldn't be that weird if they built like because they don't build people up like Dark. I was thinking about this today actually. I'm like, remember like Dark Order or like the hottest factions on TV, and now they're like
and now they're not even hot in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you could build you could build like a Nick Wayne and everything out, but like I guess that's the problem with Ring of Honor is it's just matches and there's not any really story things going on.
Yeah.
Not enough. There's been 1 or 2 stories going, but not enough.
Yeah, I see odd ones like that. Like the last one, the only one that stuck out to me was like Okada defeats AR Fox. I'm like, wait, what? Okada went to Japan just to work AR Fox. No, it sounded cool. That was like the one cool match that sounded intriguing. And even in the comments and whatnot, it was like that. But yeah, you'll have like a random match like that out of nowhere. Like, did you really send these guys down there to work like the one match? You know, to me, it just seems a little odd too. Yeah, like why not showcase these other people, let them have longer matches and have that going on, you know? It's just
that's the issue.
Sorry, go ahead.
The issue is like if you build like even Evil Uno or Dark Order up on AEW TV or Ring of Honor TV, then you're like, oh, maybe Nick Wayne and Evil Uno wouldn't be such a weird match. But like you look at it on paper and you're like, oh, Nick Wayne's going to win that obviously.
And also too the fact that they still do the like 3 pay-per-views a year, if that. Like, what are they building to? It's very cold TV, like not building to anything. You know what I mean? I'm so surprised they don't do like pay-per-views, or something. So that we can have a reason, like the show should sell a pay-per-view. It doesn't. It's just a show to have a show, kind of. It's the new dark. I do see on here though. Mance Warner worked it though, so that's kind of an interesting new debut. Again, I don't know if he's sticking around or if it's a tryout or whatnot. But yeah, Mance Warner had a match, and then just a personal shout out to who did I see on here? Better Together, my boys Hadar and Ori and JC Love, and there's a couple names on here that I was like, oh hell yeah, good for them working the tapings.
No, a few of the Florida guys have been kind of tooling around a few of those tapings occasionally because it even says there's a few of these that don't have like names, but it might be people JPO, because it says like Billy Gunn, Drago, and Brady Booker defeat local competitors. Big Bill and Brian Keith defeat local competitors.
It's on Cage Match. Yeah, no, Billy Booker and Elijah fought Baby Keith, Puma Johnson, and Xander Maddox are all good coworkers too. Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's like Florida people, traveling up for that. So it's just weird. Like, are you really flying Takeshita down to Jacksonville to work Daddy Magic? How does that make any sense?
Also too, if you want to argue this too, like I didn't like not. I probably wouldn't have made the trip even knowing if Okada was there, but still, like I had no idea. Like they're not even advertising it very good,
Yeah, it's just it just seems
like you have Okada, but that fucking hype that.
Yeah, so it's just strange. So I don't know. These spoiler tapings are always just weird when they come out every couple of weeks. Just the random.
Oh, that's where you'll find the inspiration if you're wondering where they are. The inspiration at the Ring of Honor tapings.
Yeah, got some survival of the fittest qualifiers. Yeah, a couple.
There's Big Bill. I was looking for Big Bill and Brian Keith. I guess they're paid in full now. Okay. That's the name, by the way, because I was looking for either the learning tree or their names, and I was like, I looked through it 3 times. Paid in full is what they're going
paid in full. Yeah.
Which I hope you were paid in full when you get installed.
You got paid in full to go down there and work a 2-minute squash match against 2 Florida guys. Okay.
You get paid in full. I get paid in installment plan.
Yeah, those names I'm not familiar with, but they might be. Nick Halen and Vin Parker. Those all ring out to me.
Okay.
They could be.
All right. Fair enough. That's all I got. Anybody else got anything else before we move on to some Dynasty? What you got?
Halen's a Georgia boy. All right.
Okay.
No, that's what I got. Oh, sorry.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's move on then. Let's get to the main event of the evening. Let's switch it over to AEW and talk some Dynasty. Yeah, because just like that, we've got another pay-per-view right after that. Yeah, week before WrestleMania, Tony Khan getting out of it, and another, unfortunately, Sunday night pay-per-view, which I hate. I don't like Sunday night.
Sunday night, yeah.
I don't like it. I have to work the next day, Tony. Come on, consider my work schedule, will you please? Dude, come back to Saturday night.
He only has 9 matches for now. But there's 8 on the main show, only 1 0-hour match.
Hey, we still have a collision to go and social media, so anything can happen, as we all know, for AEW. So yeah,
they're popping up in Vancouver this Sunday, April the 12th. Here,
it should be noted that this is not on Fight. This is not going to be on Triller. Did you know that? Okay. Yeah. That's the first.
I've been doing them on YouTube anyways when I buy them.
Yeah, but it's sort of a noteworthy thing. They're not going to Triller. Yeah.
Many other ways watch it, so I don't feel like that impacts too many. So yeah, as you can see, this is like a screen grab because I couldn't even find like a better graphic for it. On the 0 hour, Alex Windsor, Marina Shafir. I would imagine. Well, actually, this is an interesting one. It's 0 hour. I'm gonna say Alex Windsor. Richie?
What belts, Alex? I think Alex Winter's got one of the belts.
New Japan Strong is what she's rocking there.
Okay.
It's like New Japan USA, basically, if you don't know what that is.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out whether she was one of the people that beat Mercedes for one belts, but I can't remember.
You and Alex. So we're going to
I went with her.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
No, I like Alex. I like the Brawling Birds, but I think Marina will win this. Even at 0 hour.
No, that's a fair one. This was actually split so far on the 0 hour, Paz. What you thinking?
Yeah, I think they'll add some other babyface stuff here, so I'm actually going to go with Marina. I think she might kind of tap out. Alex Windsor here because I think they might set up for something else later. So I'm gonna actually go with Marina because I think they'll add another kind of whatever babyface pre-show thing in the next couple of days.
What are the rules? How long can I change my mind?
I mean, we haven't moved on yet, so if you want to change your mind,
no. I just meant can I change my mind when other shit gets announced? Is what I'm asking.
I would say. I mean, I've changed one before. I would say up until
I think we said bell time, didn't we?
I think we said before
as of 7 o'clock,
as long as you get it in before the actual show starts. Yes, you can.
Right. Okay. Because I'm just saying because that is a solid point. Like I said, my logic was like, hey, start off hot, babyface win, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Marina kind of does need a singles win. So yeah, that's why I'm saying like I am no. I'm gonna stick with
not yet. Okay.
Let's see what else gets announced. If they announce more
okay.
matches and there's like more baby faces, then maybe. But I was also thinking too, like maybe you want to start off with the Brawling Birds looking hot because you do have Hater later. So
yeah.
But yeah, on the main card here, looking forward to FTR and Cage and Cope. This is for the Tag Team Championships. Richie, are we seeing Edge and Christian win their first tag title since 2001?
Yeah, since the WrestleMania we reviewed last time. Well, maybe did they? No, I like you have to strike like iron hot here. Like you can't not have Cage and Cope win. That's it'd be silly. But they've done silly things before. But I have to say Cage and Cope at least have a I don't know if their title reign will be long, but I think that I think they'll have a reign and it'll start at Dynasty. So Cage and Cope.
And yes, actually, by the way, you are correct. This would be their first reign since their WrestleMania 2001 reign that we revisited, which was also, by the way, a very short reign. They defended against Hardcore and Crash, then immediately lost it on April 17th, only like 2 weeks later, to Kane and Undertaker. But anyway, Pez.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with FTR. I think can lose him, and it's fine. They can always get it back later in the year. And yeah, you're in Canada. I think they're definitely setting up for the big win here and the big reuniting. And I mean, they can move on and then at least hold it maybe to Wembley. See what happens. Maybe set up something with the Bucks. I think he's gearing for Cage and Cope versus the Bucks, like kind of a dream match at Wembley is I think where they're going with this. So I'm gonna say they grab them and hang on to it till Wembley. So
yeah, that's the thing that puts me over the edge for Cage and Cope. I mean, obviously the Vancouver part doesn't hurt either, but the fact that I feel like we got a Bucks match that we're gonna talk about later, and I feel like spoilers, they might take that, and they are very much already setting up like we want another title reign. I mean, we're gonna do Bucks and FTR again, or we do Bucks and Cage and Cope. That's fresh. That's cool. So you know what I mean. And like strike while the iron's hot. Give it to the team that hasn't had it in a very long time. So I think we're at the moment we're all in agreement for Cage and Cope. Moxley and Ospreay, the Death Rider guy. Pez, the Continental title, I guess.
I wish I had more time to think about this.
Title.
My thing is, because it's for the title, I'm not sure about this. I think if it was a non-title match, I might be a little more sure about it because I'm not sure about the actual title. I don't think Ospreay needs the Continental title right now because I think he's going to be gunning for the world title at Wembley. So I don't think he needs a belt in the meantime. I'm almost inclined to go Moxley and to see if he gets actually a win over here, and then maybe they run it back in a rematch and he wins a rematch, a Double or Nothing, because of some Death Rider shenanigans. So it's a little tricky. I'm 50-50 on this because I can also see obviously Ospreay's first pay-per-view match coming back. You could give him a big win as well. Because it's for the title, though, I'm going to say Moxley actually retains.
Yeah.
And takes it.
No,
it's tricky.
I think it's very fair. This is a good tricky one because I think you could also very much just have Ospreay be a champion. There's 17 singles titles, so he could walk in at Wembley already holding a title, go for the other title. But we are also in April. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. You know what I mean? So like there's always time to lose it in between, or even just like you said, lose this one and get the comeuppance later for Will. And then book him from there. You know what I mean? Like we're not necessarily around the corner from All In either, so there's still time to do more shenanigans with Moxley or whatever. I'll just make it interesting and say Will takes it here, and then maybe they can, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm even double guessing myself already. But Richie, what you think?
Yeah, when I was like going through the card in my head, this was the one I was like toing and froing on, to be honest. Because I'm sort of the same logic. I don't think Will needs a title, but it's his first pay-per-view back. Maybe I see Moxley losing it to one of the. I still think that Moxley full-on babyface turn is coming soon. With Death Riders turning on them. I mean, maybe Moxley shakes Ospreay's hand after this, and they don't like it. I'll go Moxley, but I could see it going the other way.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
a little split ski here.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, shitty graphic. Casino gauntlet match here coming up to crown a new TNT champion. Unfortunately, Kyle Fletcher, our boy, is injured right now. Right now, literally all that's listed is Roosh and Tommaso Ciampa. So, I mean, you could literally say anybody. You could literally say Evil Uno could win this. Oh shit, that's me. Damn it! I want to hear what you guys were going to randomly say.
Yeah. I'll go first if you want me to go first, and I'll put something in your head.
Hey, he volunteered. Go for it.
Okay, I'll volunteer for this. I think there's a reason. There's a deeper reason why the Dogs took the titles off of Mystico and Jet Speed, because I think they could be gunning for some more single stuff with Jet Speed. So I could actually see either Kevin Knight or Speedball actually taking the TN title here and going more singles for a little bit. Because I think they've been teasing the Speedball is going to go more singles. He's having the match with MJF, like he's doing a little more single stuff. Same with Kevin Knight. They've been wrestling more apart than together. So I think I'm fine with that. Like they don't have to be a tag team right now. I'm going to say I think they're pushing for some gold for Speedball. I know he's not officially. I'm going to go Speedball Bailey here. Actually, like enters and takes it. That's just my logic. Just putting that out there.
I'm going to take all of your logic, piggyback off of you, and let's say
Ciampa?
Kevin Knight. No, I'm going to say Kevin Knight. I'm going to go for the same exact logic. He's also like I could say been either or, but like I think they also were really high on him. He's had some good singles matches as well recently. Like So Richie, again, you could literally go pretty much anywhere.
I literally, if they hadn't take the title off, with the spoiler, like I think there's a reason for that. Put it on the Dogs, and then like I think they're gonna move them and Mystico as well into like more single stuff, like not necessarily teaming. And I think this would be a good opportunity to give one push, maybe even build to a Knight and Speedball like rivalry. Have a couple of singles matches against each other, which could be great. Like they could have a nice little mini feud.
Like I said earlier, it seemed short and abruptish to end that reign already. Because don't forget, sometimes people have those trio settles for months and barely defend them. So the fact that they quickly dropped them to me, that it could explain why. Like, okay,
both of those
we got
guys
away from Fletcher.
I could see both of those guys being the workhorse like Fletcher was, like defending it literally like almost every week or every other week, like on TV. Yeah, and having good
Orange
matches
Cassidy kind of did the same when he had like his
Yeah. That's what I mean.
A Speedballer Kevin could be that constant dynamite, great match or collision great match, whatever they end up doing. Richard, what we're selling, or do you have a different take?
You two make good arguments, and I would love if either of those wins. I'm going to go for someone who's been doing great work, who I think they could reward with a title run. It could still be a workhorse. I'm going to go Brody King.
Okay.
I think Brody King could win this, and he could still be that workhorse. And I don't know. I think you'd be a good TNT champion, but I like your other idea as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just double check that. I remember a news article because he was pulled off Dynamite recently, but I think that was for something else.
It said it was just for a funeral, so it was just a temporary thing, not an injury. So
for a second, I was like, that might be a good pick and a horrible pick, but no, that's a good pick too.
Well, and we were trying to pick people that obviously don't have any other matches on the card. Not going to be like some surprise person that already has a match. That they don't get silly.
Surprisingly double dip. No, they got a solid. They have such a solid, crazy big roster. Like, you don't have to double dip. You can easily pivot to whoever. Leo Rush's Gollum can take it. Who knows? I don't know. We'll go back to starting me off if you'd like. We got Thekla and Jamie Hayter. As soon as Jamie Hayter cut the promo, being like, hey, we also fight singles, me and Alex. I was like, you do, but not recently. And I looked it up. Jamie Hayter, who is now the number one contender technically, obviously, it hasn't had a singles match since December, in which she lost to the champion then in Chris Sandlander. So you can lose a title shot, and then 4 months later, without really having another win, you can go, give another title shot. So that's your storytelling here. So this very much to me reads as a nice, solid Thekla defense. Jamie Hayter's in the middle of a tag team. She doesn't necessarily need to randomly end Thekla's reign, especially when she hasn't literally won a singles match in 4 months. Richard?
Yeah, they always have Jamie Hayter as like one of their early title challenges. I wanted to get to that point of like being like as hot as she was a couple years ago. She is really good. I like them. I do see her and Windsor winning the tag titles. Maybe they'll be the next. I think they'll be the next. They down the road. They'll be the next tag champions. But yeah, I think Thekla. I think they'll be. There's two. Like no, I think they're. I don't know what direction they're going with, but I think there's still. I think it's still newish. So we'll go Thekla here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Best.
Yeah, no, this one screams kind of thrown together last minute because we need Tekla to defend it on the pay per view. And I'm with you, Richie. I could see even a double or nothing. The next one, Jamie and Alex Winter.
Oh, yeah.
When they're challenging Megan Bain, and Cross, like I could see that match happening. The next pay per view, and it would make more sense. As a tag team. But this screams of just like, we need somebody that she hasn't faced yet. Okay, Jamie, you just come in here and we all have 10 minutes and do your thing.
No offense. And by the way, I totally agree with the tag title match. That does totally make sense. You need somebody good for Bane and Lena. But no offense. Like this is to me right now nomination for this doesn't need to be on the card. If you want to
this could be a Dynamite match.
We need someone for Tekla who's around. Hey, you're really good.
Yeah.
You're gonna fight now. You know what I mean? The build's been nothing. It's gonna be a good match. I'm just saying, but the outcome I feel is pretty good.
But again, it's weird that they feel like that. Oh, who's around? We got nobody. When we've talked about, there's so many women on the roster they don't use. They could.
Well, it's a weird middle ground of like who can Thekla defeat that won't necessarily kill the momentum, and at least Jim Heaters has the pedigree to be a good opponent. Just again, it could have been built better. Again, I feel like I always feel weird when it's like, do you not know the pay-per-view is coming up? Give Jamie some wins in singles competition then, even if it's just one or two, to make a good claim, or have a reason these two don't like each other all of a sudden. They'll just randomly cut one promo going like, oh yeah.
Or just keep, like you said, keep building it up on TV. This doesn't need to be a pay-per-view match, and build it up to a Dynamite title match, and I'm fine with that.
Skip this month and do this match at Double or Nothing. If you really are set on this match. This is Andrade El Idolo, Darby Allin. I don't know why I said it that way. Richard.
This is tough as well. You should say it like that. Darby El Idolo.
We should say before you make your prediction, there is somewhat of a stipulation to this.
Oh, my bad. Here, I don't even know.
The stipulation is that if Darby wins, he gets a match with MJF at the next pay-per-view for the title. Future world championship match. Future world championship match.
And then even Omega has agreed as well. If Omega
we should say that. Just putting that out there. Okay.
So I would have liked Darby Allin to have a title shot when they were building towards it and they changed their mind. You remember that?
I think a couple of us, at least I think I did, kind of thought he was the next champ.
It's tough because like I could see them obviously with that stipulation. I could see Darby winning, but I don't know. El Idolo is kind of hard at the moment, and I think he's going to turn babyface soon as well. Just because of stipulation, and they probably just for another, it's going to be another title defense before Wembley. I'll say Darby Allin. But it could be either way. I like Andrade, and I hope he's champion one day too.
Yeah, you want to get a selfie with him, don't you, Pez?
I only because of the stipulation I'm going to go with Darby because I think Tony still has this thing where he's got to get Darby like maybe not necessarily the title right now, but he wants to get him back in like in a main event picture. And you do need like one or two more people to face MJF before Wembley. And I think you could do the Darby thing at Double or Nothing, have MJF still retain, and then start building towards Ospreay. Because I think we're all pretty dead set like Ospreay's going to be in the title match at Wembley. That seems like an inevitability at this point that it's going to happen. And he's probably going to face MJF like most likely. It's Darby will probably win. He'll face MJF. He's not going to win the title. I just don't see that happening. But he could probably go with this. But Andrade, I'm glad they're at least pushing him. Like they're at least giving him like if they have a good match here, I don't think it'll hurt him that much because again, then he could turn babyface soon and completely just pivot to another direction, and maybe even start going after, he could go after a continental or international title or something like that. Get some singles gold, around his waist, kind of in the upper mid card. So I'm fine with that. They're at least pushing him and showing what he can do again, which I'm fine with. So it should be a good match.
No, yeah, I do legitimately look forward to this match in general, and then pretty much repeating what you guys said for everything you said. And one little thing I'll add is too is I could see, because they were already setting the stones of, like, even when this match was announced by Don Callis, like you saw Andrade's face was like, I'm fighting Darby. I don't really have a beef with him, but all right, whatever. So like I could easily also see them doing the gimmick of, like, maybe Don tries to get him to cheat, and he's like, no, I'm better than that, and that also helps lead to his downfall in the match, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's setting those stones to kind of give another reason why Darby can get the win over him. So, and I do agree, I think they're really also pushing hard of, like, Darby really wanting this title. So.
Well, yeah, and then you could push Andrade. He could break away from the family, start facing people from the family, as a babyface, like, and totally go that direction, like, and it'll give him something to do on TV, and pivot to a new direction. And I'm fine with that.
So. And I gotta say, I do like the long hair. I don't know, I'm digging it.
Yeah, he's a good-looking dude. I'm confident to say that he's a handsome fella.
Yeah,
I mean, he always has been, but like, actually, like, no, I'm not normally a long hair, like, even on another guy, but like, works for him. So, we got the Bucks, we got Okada and Takeshita. I don't know, I can't remember where we were on this one.
I think it's on me. You went last time, so, or no, it's on. Okay, you went last, so it's on me. Okay, yeah,
go for it.
Okay, anyways, this is another one that's kind of tricky to track here, because I think they're going to build up the Bucks to eventually face Cope and Christian. They don't have to necessarily do it now. I know they're still gunning for another Okada Takeshita one-on-one match. I don't know if they're going to do that at Double or Nothing, or if they're going to wait till Wembley. I'm not sure when they're going to pull the trigger on that, so we'll have to see, if there's just more dissension here. I don't know. It'll be a good match. Damn, I don't know. This is like total 50-50. I'll go with. We got a lot of baby faces winning on here. Let's go with Okada to maybe scoot it out. I'll go with Okada and Takeshita here, but I'm not confident. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll flip on this one for you. I'll go the Bucks here. I mean, I don't necessarily trust these two are going to totally get along into all the way through the match. So there's that story. The Bucks may be facing Cope and Christian soon. There's that story. So I'll go with the Bucks taking the win here. Richie?
I like how you got like three members of separate factions, right? Two factions that are technically they're kind of like tweeners or almost baby faces, but they just haven't made that full turn yet. You've got like Moxley in the Death Riders. You've got Takeshita and Andrade in the Don Callis family. It's interesting. But yeah, I think you'll just see that they're not going to get along again, and they'll probably lead to another match. So I'll go Young Bucks here, just get them some momentum for a future title challenge.
I have a little split ski there. Almost there. Penultimate match that's on my little docket here. Return of Chris Jericho. He's got a first name on this graphic. And Ricochet. I think Jericho's just first back. I think Ricochet also made some bad tweets, so maybe they're mad at him. I don't know. And Jericho's first match, so I'll go with Jericho for the win here. Richie?
And are we gonna hopefully not gonna do that Jericho thing where it's like he's gonna have like just matches on pay-per-view because Jericho needs to be on pay-per-view. Like we're not going to be at that point. I know it's his first match back. It's his first match back. Put him on pay-per-view.
Let's wait and see. Yeah.
I totally forgot Ricochet wasn't the national champion for a second. Was it the national champion?
He left Jack Perry.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that for a second because I was like, "What?" But I would say, you don't have Jericho lose on his comeback, so I think Jericho will win here. And I don't know if it will continue a feud or he'll just move on to the next person to put on his list. I'm not unsure what to think of this. What Jericho's doing here is just an amalgamation of all his other characters, or but it's fun. But yeah, I don't think you see Jericho losing, so I'll go Chris Jericho or Jericho because it definitely just said Jericho on his nameplate when he came out. It just said Jericho. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Jericho also. But I do think this match might be a little more like lighthearted than you might think. Like I don't think they're going to go like, hard between the ropes. I think it's going to be like a little more comedic and him kind of messing with them a little bit and whatnot. Like a lot of just more sports entertainment, I guess, than wrestling. So for everything, I'll go Jericho. And yeah, Ricochet might be maybe on the downslide since the MS fiasco on Twitter. We'll see. I don't know.
No, honestly, I'm saying that might be like it's another reason. Just saying. That them or TKO is not TKO, but upset with it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and then your main event, it's the Devil, it's the God, MJF, Kenny by God Omega, well Richie by God Nemo Goodacre. What you thinking?
I think Kenny Omega will get it. Or hopefully, get the title. Again, eventually one day. Hopefully soon, but not from MJF. While I think the build up is towards Will Ospreay here. I'd love to. I think Will Ospreay to make is a good Wembley match as well. But hey, maybe we can still get that down line. But no, I think MJF he's got momentum on the side. And yeah, I think it'd be a huge feather in his cap for Felix Omega here. So I will go the Devil.
Oh, Pez, the Devil, or who you got?
I'll also make a deal with the Devil. Yes. No, I mean, I think right now MJF being champion again is kind of good for business. I think their ratings have been like slightly up. Interest has been a little more up. He cuts great promos. It's MJF. As a heel champion is always just really solid to go with, and it's the spot right now, this part of the year where you can have him cruising along as champion. I think it's okay, and then eventually kind of again build up Ospreay to eventually overtake him at Wembley. So yeah, Kenny could eventually I can see challenging again. Maybe once Ospreay gets it, like I could see them running those two back again. With Ospreay as champion, I could see that happening. In the future, in the back half of the year or something. But yeah, I don't see MJF dropping this thing. Probably at least till Wembley. So.
Yeah, there is nothing more for me to add. And I'm also going with our Devil, our scumbag, baby. This again probably be a really solid match. These two have had a really good match in AEW before, actually. But yeah, I see MJF moving along with this reign. Maybe even if it wasn't necessarily, even if I felt like MJF's reign was kind of coming to an end, I don't know if it's Omega's time even then. So yeah, I think MJF's gonna move on. He's been doing like you said. I think it's been good for business. He's been doing a lot of podcasts recently. I've seen him on a couple of pretty popular podcasts. Like he's doing the advertisements and everything. So
he's on Adam Friedland's show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that popped up, and honestly, that dude was a blind spot for me. So like I even watched it now. So I think he might retain here as well. And that is a little quick look at what you can expect on Sunday.
And real quick, opening match predictions for possible bonus point, guys.
Oh Jesus!
What are we thinking?
Alex Windsor, Marina Shafir goes overtime and ends up opening the show.
Bleeding on
or whatever the pre-show main event is the first match. Boom! That's my prediction.
Okay, your reaction is whatever some pre-show thing. Okay, got it.
Whatever main events the pre-show is the
okay. All right. Okay, so that's your official prediction. Okay, Richie.
FTR and Cope and Cage.
FTR. Okay. I'm between two. I'm gonna actually say Moxley and Will can't wait to get their hands on each other right now. So I'm gonna say they open up the show and start off hot. I'm gonna go Ospreay. They can't they can't wait to get their hands on each other. They're gonna. Well, I mean, it's kind of the grudge match of the show, so I think starting it out hot with those two, we need to be first so we can beat the shit out of each other. And Ospreay's first big pay-per-view match could be a hot way to start the show. So I'm gonna go Ospreay. Let's see. All right. Cool. All right. Well, there we go. So that is Dynasty. Yeah, this Sunday night. I prefer the Saturday night shows, Tony. So please take that into consideration for Double or Nothing because I'm off on Sunday, so that helps me sleep in, and recover from these late nights. I have to work. I have to wake up at fucking 4 a.m. on Monday, so staying up till midnight with these shows is not ideal. But it is what it is. So we'll do our thing, and then it'll be a busy show next week on the Lonely March JPO because not only will we have to review Dynasty, but you'll have 2 nights of WrestleMania predictions on the screen. So
I'm just throwing this out there now. Let's speed run some of this next week. Yeah, let's speed run. The Dynasty match. Let's not do.
That's what I mean. Yeah, no, we'll just talk about the big noteworthy matches and whatnot. We'll kind of breeze through the other ones. We'll pick and choose kind of which ones we spend time on for sure. I mean, I'm sure the Copen Cage one will be one we're talking. Osprey, the main event, things like that. So we'll talk about those. We'll kind of breeze through.
I do have some bad news though, Pez. I don't know if you saw, but May's pay-per-view is also a Sunday.
Oh, God damn it. Stop it, Tony. What are you doing? Go back to Saturdays. Knock it off. Fuck. Oh, well. It is what it is. But that'll be a loaded show. So we'll have to breeze through the whatever news items we have and do our thing. And we got 2 nights of WrestleMania. Rhonda's probably going to join next week. Because she obviously has a stake in the WrestleMania predictions as well. So we'll get the full panel on here and run through that card because that's quite a few. We'll have at least 14, 15 matches to go through for Mania. So it'll feel like an AEW prediction on one of their long shows, like a Wembley show or something like that. Plenty to predict and run down. So it'll be a longer one next week, but it'll be a fun one, and we might even end up previewing some of the hot or JPO might even throw out some of the stuff he might be.
I'll throw out graphics of notable things. Yeah,
that's right. Some of the notable things that might be happening on Triller. Some of the shows and matches that might be happening over on the WrestleMania weekend, things like that. For the other shows, we'll make notes of a few interesting things, some of the blood sports or the GCWs or WrestleCon, things like that. So we'll do a whole big WrestleMania special next week and review Dynasty. So it'll be a big long show next week and lots of wrestling to talk about. So we'll wrap it up there. We'll keep it short for this week. Since we'll have a long one next week. Yeah.
You gonna watch the clusterfuck again, JPO? Remember that?
The clusterfuck. Oh boy. Probably.
Like I said, that is going to be one of the cheaper options as well. If you like other Mania stuff, it'll be on Triller for all the GCW stuff. I did believe the WrestleCon. I'll probably go over that too next week too to let people know where they can find some stuff. Because that's what I do is I go on Reddit and I try to find as much as I can. And I'll have a legit schedule of Monday or Thursday. Here's the 8 things you can watch. Friday, the 10 things you can watch.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes Triller even put out the upcoming, and you can kind of click around and see what's going on.
Yeah, they did. They'll have a chunk. A couple different places are streaming. Some places even stream just straight to YouTube. CCW, a Florida company, is going to do something in Vegas. That's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually, I did a few CCW shows back in the day. They're still around, so I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah, you obviously got your
kind of a touring brand. Yeah, they do Florida. They do a couple states now. Yeah,
and you got your Joey Janela spring break shows are always pretty big. Your FE brunches, things like that. So
big game brunch every year, baby.
Every year. So your midnight shows, don't they always do a midnight show for the
usually?
Yeah.
And there's a couple death match things. People love death matches. That's an option.
Death matches,
that we talked earlier.
Lucha shows. Yeah, some New Japan stuff. Yeah.
I just remembered that. The clusterfuck last year was so long that it was nighttime here. It was
is.
Yeah. I remember it was it was just dragging. Man, this is going on for ages. And
So the clusterfuck. Just a quick note. So it's so long now that it's its own show. It used to be clusterfuck during the spring break Janela show. Now it's spring break Janela show. A whole separate clusterfuck show. They'll literally dedicate that and maybe 1 or 2 other matches. So there'll be 3 matches because the clusterfuck will take an hour and a half.
Yeah,
that thing never ends.
I guess for those who don't know, it's kind of like basically like a Royal Rumble, but at random intervals and random people and shit like that.
They admit they're not like WWE that they admit that it's random intervals. You'll see anywhere from mini doink to Snitsky to whoever, man. Invincible. Well, Invincible Man's booked. He's fighting Sandman, so I don't know if he's going to double dip that week. And he's
Well, what'd you have, Brody Lee Jr. last year, right?
A 14-year-old, or at that time a 13-year-old. But again, the 14-year-old's booked. I don't know if he's going to double dip.
Okay, you're right. You get that.
But I almost, you know what? Here's what I'll guarantee. I think one-legged Buff Bagwell will definitely be in that match. I'm calling it now.
That's a possibility. I can see that.
Oh no, I'm running on it.
I can see that. if he was going to be on any show,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm sure he's there that weekend anyway, because that's part of the fun is that in like the WrestleCon Super Show, because I know sometimes even the Super Show will put like a match to the side, and they'll literally just like at the convention be like, "Hey, you want to work tonight? 10-man tag."
Here's the real question: will we get anything as bad as Butterbean and Minoru Suzuki was last year? We'll see.
On the same show, by the way, Mickey James Maki Ito had a horrible match too. So I think that's why I was excited for the Super Show this year, because I thought they were like, I almost felt like they were course correcting from last year's show, where I felt like last year I truly think they tried doing their own spring break. Like, we're gonna have wacky shit this year instead of just having great matches. Because like the year I went, I saw literally the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Phoenix versus the Hardys. Like that was my main event. Like, and the whole card was like Ricochet, Brian Cage, Keith Lee. And then last year I felt like they kind of went like they were trying to have like weird, obscure matches instead. And this year I felt like they were course correcting that with like Masada Tanaka and Kyle Davis, or Mark Davis, probably gonna be really good too.
On paper though, Maki Ito and Mickey James shouldn't have a bad match, but they just didn't. They just weren't meshing at all.
I think Maki is kind of more of an entertainer than a great wrestler, to be honest with you. And I think Mickey tried kind of matching that energy and being like, "We're just gonna have a fun, silly match, but like we're also not gonna plan things out. It's gonna be kind of boring and weird. It's not that exciting." That's not Mickey James for you.
Yeah, but it's weird. Remember the Butterbean match? Dave Meltzer called it the worst wrestling match he's ever seen.
It is bad. It is bad. Yeah, it lives up to the hype, but not in a fun way. Like you can go find it. It's not fun. It is just boring.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wrap it up there for now. Keep it a little shorter this week, since we're going to go long probably next week with all the stuff going on and everything we got to run down. And we'll see, what else happens on TV this week. We obviously Raw will be the final Raw go-home show before Mania. We'll see what they announce for the SmackDown before WrestleMania, because whoever probably doesn't make the Mania card will be on the SmackDown before. That seems to be, will we get some men's tag team shenanigans, all over that SmackDown before?
I'm sure we'll get some Solo or the Tongans and the Wyatt family. I'm sure we'll get like the Andre
Damian.
Damian and Archer.
Oh yeah, Truth and Priest one. They're not doing jack shit either.
Yeah.
So man, Damian Priest. No offense, like I like him, but man, has he fallen too?
He was a former WWE champion. Did you know that?
He was main eventing pay-per-views. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember when he was winning against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Like cashing in at Mania.
And now he's going to be on the SmackDown pre-show.
Yeah, amazing what you can do in like a year or two.
It does happen, unfortunately, though. You know what I mean? There's plenty of those instances where like one guy will go from one spot and will fall pretty quickly the next year.
Yeah,
not everyone can be on the card, unfortunately.
Yeah. We'll see what they add to the Dynasty card. I imagine, one or two more pre-shows, maybe even a main card, on Collision. We'll see what happens. Let's wrap it up here for now, and we'll get out of here for tonight. JPO, what you got going on?
Oh yeah, the Pierce Productions YouTube, some shenanigans over there. I'm no longer banned, so that's cool. I
was gonna ask you if you had an update on that, because it's so weird. We talked about that. How does the algorithm know you're playing the trailer when there's no audio? It's just like on the screen. We're talking. We're also on the screen.
The only other thing that I could piece together is one, make sure you're not playing it off of like, I know, like, don't ever play it off like the actual Netflix YouTube. Like they're pretty picky. Maybe the Sony YouTube. So like try to find like a trailer,
a third party trailer company.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then also I think maybe just the fact that I'm live streaming it and I'm sharing it, I think also kind of sets their algorithm off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where like if you're just playing a downloaded clip, I think that somehow falls under the radar more. So those are the things I have kind of found.
Because we've never been flagged for, like, for instance, for like Wheel of Movies, I play a trailer at the beginning of the show, you know, for whatever movie we're doing, and I definitely flagged for that.
But you download it, right?
I play it off a StreamYard.
That might be part of the problem. Yeah.
It's
that because I'm literally linking to the Netflix YouTube, let's say, for instance, sometimes, and Netflix is right away going like, "What the fuck? Don't take our shit." You know what I mean? So that's what I've kind of gathered.
I also try to, when it's available, and it's not for every movie, obviously, I try to play like fan trailers as well, like alternate trailers, you know, that are not like maybe the ones that are preloaded into the algorithm or something. So just when I can, I don't know, it's a little
no, for sure. No, that's probably a smart play too. Of trying to make sure you don't get hit by that, because like I said, the second strike took me down for 2, and I think the third one will take me down even longer, and then the fourth one, I think they're like, "Fuck you" completely. So you got to watch out.
I know. It is what it is. Yeah, that shit is weird what they target, and like it's like, no, we're clearly not like playing the movie, guys. Stop. We're talking about a movie.
No, I mean, I thought like the trailer. I thought that was like, to me, I'm free advertising you. You know, I don't know.
That's why like I don't like all this. Jump to like it's because it's like AI bots. It's weird. It's algorithm bots. You know, it's not like actual people, flagging anything. And I hate that that's become what YouTube is now. So that's a whole other topic for another day. I just mini rant for the day.
Facebook's worse too. Facebook will default block you for a post. I'm like, please read the post. You can tell I'm being sarcastic. You know what I mean, or whatever the problem is. Like, I'm not actually doing cocaine and chicken tender. Like, it's a joke. Facebook,
right?
I think the opposite. Like I've had a couple of instances where I have had legit reasons why I'm reporting a comment because they're like legitimately like threatening. They're like, we've decided to keep the comment. We don't think. What? Did you read it?
Yeah, you'll see people literally posting like the N-word or whatever, and like for real, not joking, and then you'll report it and they'll be like, well, I don't think this one violates the standards at all. It's fine, no problem. And then you get pulled. One of my Briggs and Howell film critiques, me and Dagan, from like a group I don't even use anymore from like 10 years ago. I got a random thing. It was like, your post has been flagged for something. I'm like, I haven't even used that fucking account in 10 years. What? Like, why? And it was like, and I couldn't even see the original post. It's just like one of our random like text movie reviews of like, I give this movie a 4 out of 5 for yada yada yada, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I think that thing is broken sometimes. It's just like,
I think my most famous one is like, a friend of mine was like, I'm having boy problems. I'm like, yeah, because boys are yucky, and I swear to God, I got flagged for it. I'm like, I said yucky. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
I used the second grade slang this term.
I don't understand.
Oh man,
that's weird.
So the Pierce Go movie trivia, countdown, stuff like that. Pierce Wrestling, we're doing pretty good in that that big singles wrestling tournament here, already in the quarterfinals. One more quarterfinals and then the semifinals. So check that out, as well as other exclusive content over there. I just did a debate actually earlier tonight. That'll be dropping at some point. I know that they'll sit sometimes for a little while because they tape them all at once sometimes. And multiplex, all that stuff.
Sounds good.
And then we got, I think all of us are doing that Malcolm thing Friday, so check out that.
Yeah. That's tomorrow night we're doing Malcolm's birthday wrestling bracket thing. So, and I guess he's dropped a thing about just weird tag teams or something.
Random tag
we like more, of like tag teams that don't exist. So it should be just a silly casual show. So it'll be all right.
Yeah. Oh, and please go vote on the Take 3 thing. Vote for wrestler TV cameos. I want that rank 'em.
Is it specifically because Jacob Barber said he didn't want the cameo one? Now
that is legitimately what I want the most, because I'm not the biggest like 12 matches guy, because especially later after the list, I'm like, I don't know, my 10th favorite CM Punk match is this. Like that's just me personally. And you know me, I love movies, I love TV, I love wrestling. Like that is like. That's me, baby. So I'm just saying, if that floats your boat, vote for that. I want to be on that panel. I want that show.
I voted for everyone but that one.
Well, you know what? I just voted for it now, so it's in the lead right now. So there you go. Cameos.
It wasn't only last I looked.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to make a list of that, but I know you would for sure. You could whip that
just
up
do
in a
some
second.
Richard. Sure. Triple H is great on Bernie Mac. You got The Rock on that '70s show. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just think about it.
How about fuck that? How about The Rock on Star Trek Deep Space, Star Trek Voyager?
I love him. I love him on that '70s show because he's playing his dad. And he's like, one day my son will be the greatest, and it's like that's really funny. You know,
you could do like Baywatch with the WCW wrestlers on Baywatch.
Oh,
like
you could argue that because that was cool. Yeah,
Billy Gunn on Sabrina. Was it Billy Gunn on Sabrina?
What was There's a couple on Sabrina actually. Steiner and Diesel's on Sabrina. Steiner and Booker and Billy Gunn. I think we're all on Sabrina at some point.
How about like Family Matters, the Bushwhackers when they wrestled Urkel and Carl Winslow on Family Matters?
That's a memory you just jogged. I was gonna say,
yeah, right.
I would leave the stream if Vader from Boy Meets World doesn't make the list.
Doesn't
that's
make it,
an all-timer.
Yeah.
Like I literally would be like, "Fuck this."
King Kong Bundy slamming on the Bundys, Married with Children. Yeah, there's all kinds of good ones you can pick from.
Exactly. Yeah. There's some great ones there. Yeah, so hell yeah. CM Punk on heels, he's really great as like Ricky Rabies or whatever. Like there's some good examples.
Roddy Piper on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like,
I mean, was it the Mauler or So
actually,
it was so funny. They randomly brought him back. He's on 2 of them actually.
All right, so I voted for Cameo, so there you go. So I'm for you, JPO. I want you to on that panel. Talking some wrestler.
I think that's a fun concept, man. I think it's different too than just matches. That's just me. Just saying. I think it's fun. That's a fun concept. Go vote for Richie. Change your mind.
Change your vote right now. All right, what you got going on? You, Richie?
Me, yeah. Wheel of Movies. You get to catch us on Wheel of Movies. We just did Back to the Future Part 3. It was fun. Watch us spin Back to the Future Part 2 next. Yeah, that's just we're
going to do the franchise backwards. Go from 3 to 1. That's what'll happen. You watch.
And I'll be on the aforementioned Wrestling Birthday Show. Be also being. He's got me on ranking because I had to pull out the last one, but I'm on ranking for I think it's like top movies about food. So you should head out.
Tampopo.
I think obviously Chef, but other than that, I'll pop up here and there. Tearing Tournament Vibes, ASAP. Oh yeah, I've been in that wrestling tournament and did pretty well. So check me out in the ASAP wrestling tournament. Where you can find me.
Mm-hmm. And you can mostly find me over on the Movie Hero Network. I'll be hosting that Malcolm wrestling tournament, so just us wrestling fans hanging out, having a good time. We got some more Seen and Heard trivia coming out to you next week. Jordan's hard at work on another movie edition, so we'll be jumping into the movies with the clips and the picture speed rounds and all that kind of stuff. Should be a lot of fun. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, and then check out the TV one. Damn you,
the TV one, but that was close. That was a really good match. You guys were going fucking toe to toe on that one. So that was a nice change of pace because I'm not as familiar with TV, but that was fun to kind of conduct that one. So because I would not have done well. I might have pulled some titles, but definitely no character names whatsoever at all on like any of those shows. Maybe except for Family Matters, I would have got that one. On Brian Jacob Cameron's channel a couple of times, he just uploaded a Tremors 2 review that I did with him, so you can check that out. It's in the Movie Hero Network Facebook group, and then I'll be recording one for The Mummy Returns for that 25th anniversary. So we'll be talking about that as well. So that's what I got. We'll wrap it up there till next week where we come back with a Dynasty breakdown and review. And then, yes, a big WrestleMania prediction special as well. A lot to talk about next week. So it'll be a big, big show. So make sure you tune in and get everybody you can to tune in as well and subscribe and come hang out with us. So we'll wrap it up there for now. So for JPO, for Richie, I am Austin Pez Howell. We'll see you guys next time on The Lonely Marks. Bye.